NFL Week 7 picks, let's get right to it. Denver at New Orleans. And the last time these two played was in 2020, and New Orleans was a 17-point road favorite. Remember, Denver didn't have a quarterback that day, and they won 31-3. And it's a little bit different this week, but the Saints really have all kinds of injuries. I mean, all kinds of injuries, and a new starting quarterback. And this is just a tough game to bet. In fact, when I do these early previews, really, I wouldn't go by any of this. I love the late information in the NFL. I really got to see what's happening throughout the week to really put in my best bets and my best opinions. But listen, the Saints are playing without like 17 players maybe on Thursday. But I don't even know if I trust Bo Nix as a road favorite either. So this one's a really tough one, and I would wait until game time or game day to see what I have. With all the NFL games on Sunday as well, the late is great as in information. If I had to go with anybody right now, I'm going with Broncos. I mean, just a much better defense, and they got healthy players. Patriots at Jags. I told you a couple years ago, just start betting against the Patriots. They had their winning run for years against the spread, winning every single year, having a great record against the spread. And ever since 2020, they're 30-41-3 against the spread. Bet against New England. Just bet against them. They're not the same teams they used to be, but they still get the public love. Jags haven't fared better either. They're 33-42 against the spread since 2020. But I'm siding with the Jags in this one. Offensive line concerns for the Patriots all year. The next one, Seattle and Atlanta. Both defenses are just like, they're like sieves. They're like, you run past right through them. Expect a lot of scoring in this game. I already gave you this big total early in the week as we go for 5 straight NFL total of the weeks. Over the total is going to be the big play. If I had to play the side, I'm taking the Falcons minus the 3. I think Seattle's a little bit overrated. They started a little hot, but I think Atlanta's, they're picking up a little steam here, and I think Cousins can get the job done at home again, just like he did against the Bucs. Falcons and the over. I'm officially done with Will Levis. He let me down in week 1 against the Bears, 17-0 lead, throw interceptions and all over the place. He was all over the place last week against the Colts. I mean, the Jags, who played the worst football in the league, put up 37 against the Colts. The Titans put up 17. I'm just officially done with Will Levis. They're not even going to play for him, I don't think. I mean, the team just doesn't even want to rally around him. Bills are the right side anyway. They get a couple key guys back from injury. I'm laying the points with the Bills. Can't take the Browns in this situation. They're coming off they haven't been at home for a month. I mean, how much home field advantage you're going to have at Cleveland? The fans don't care about the Browns anymore. They're just bashing them. I'm going to have to side with the Bengals in this one, lay the points. This is one of the best games of the week, Texans and Green Bay. Second week in a row, Green Bay gets to host a team that's playing second of back-to-back. Arizona last week, now the Texans this week playing back-to-back road games. That's a big advantage in the NFL. And actually, teams playing back-to-back road games at Lambeau are 7-16 against the spread. But I think the Texans are due. And I think they haven't even played their best game of the season yet. I'm taking the Texans plus the points here against Green Bay. Dolphins, Colts. Dolphins have had a week off. They had a bye, and they had a lot of time to prep up with Huntley at quarterback. And I expect a lot of scoring in this game with the defense of the Colts being one of the worst in the league. I'm playing the over in this one. Over 44 is the move. But if I had to play a side, I'm taking the Colts minus the points against Miami. I just think that the Colts with Flacco or Richardson is just better than Miami at this point of the season. And they showed a lot of grit last week in a win. And I think they get another one here. Colts in the over. And I actually think there's a coaching mismatch as well. This next game, Detroit and Minnesota, is a real tough one to bet. You got the Lions coming off like a 50-point win in Dallas. You got the 5-0 ATS Vikings coming off a bye. And you got Aiden Hutchinson out with an injury. So what's going to give in this matchup? And teams do not fare well against the spread when there's a closely lined game and they're coming off a 36-plus point demolishing of the team before, which the Lions did last week at Dallas. 7-28-1 against the spread. Teams coming off 36-plus point wins the week before and with a closely lined game the next week. But I'm bucking that trend here, and I'm going with the Lions plus the 2.5 against the Vikings. I think the Lions are a better team than the Vikings. I think the Vikings have skated by at a 5-0 ATS record, and I really think they haven't really played that big a competition or that much of a competition yet. I'm taking the Lions plus the 2.5. I mean, if you really look at Minnesota, who they played the Jets. Well, the Jets, you know who they are. They played the Packers without really Love being 100%. They played the Texans, but the Texans haven't really looked good the first couple weeks, and they haven't really started to play well yet. Yeah, they beat the Niners, and yeah, they beat the Giants. Not that big of a deal. They're playing Detroit here. And yes, I'm going against a 7-28-1 ATS trend. Giants, Eagles. Giants have covered 5 out of the last 6 versus Philly. And Philly's 0-5 against the spread in the first half and the first quarter this year. Which goes to show you Sirianni's game plan really not working. But I got to go with the Eagles here. I really do. I'm not taking the Giants again. I can't go through watching that offense just struggle and struggle and struggle every single week. I got to lay the 3 here. Not big. Big line move on the LA Rams against the Raiders went from 5 all the way up to 7. But I think that's public money. I know the Rams are off a bye and they're rested. But I'm taking the Raiders here plus a touchdown. 7's the key number in this one. Raiders bounce back. The low-scoring game and the 7. And give me the Panthers. Give me the Panthers and the under against Washington. Give me the under in the KC San Fran game. And give me the Jets and the over against the Steelers. Yes, Jets and over. And on Monday night, give me the Bucks at home plus the points. 3.5 against the Ravens, my Ravens. And I got the Bucks in a teaser of the week this week. Bucks and Texans. Bucks plus the 9.5. Texans plus the 8.5. I think the Bucks are a Super Bowl caliber team. I'm telling you now. And I've told you all season. And I think the Cardinals wake up against the Chargers here. I think it's a low line, a trappy-looking line, just 2. I'll take the 2.5, both home dogs on Monday night. Well, here we go. Week number 7, NFL. Fade, tail. Put in the comments what you like. Let's go.